say like we were close in the first two games. The only reason why we were close is Queensland didn't play well. In game one, Slater, Cronk, Smith was sick.
No.
They weren't there and they won the game one. Game two, we won. We scraped across the line. They played average as well.
Granted, but last night, Queensland didn't play average. They played us off the ground. They punished us. They were really, really punished. They hurt us. We went running with our tails between our legs because we were physically smashed.
Johnny,
but it was still only 1 point difference.
That Morris try, yes, it was a great try, but that was a fluke.
He did well, man.
He did exceptionally well.
How many flukish tries has Queensland scored, man?
No, absolutely.
How many fluky tries?
Jonathan Thurston running away from the defence, not a fluky try. Justin Hodges going around the defence, not a... We had kick.
Yeah, but how many times have they done it to us?
But I guess what I'm saying, Bass, it's rugby league and you take it. If it's an RC try, you take it, and that is...
But that's what I'm saying to you. That's why we were in the game yesterday. We had 2 RC tries of 2 clever kicks from Robbie Farah. The first one to Brett Stewart was a belter. He got in behind the defensive line, the kick with him steaming through. The one of Morris, they could have gone the other way. If Darius Boyd that's what I'm saying to you. But we did not play a structured game of rugby league. We were hoping to get down there, put up a kick, and then you cross your fingers. They didn't cross their fingers. They put on tries.
The halves lost us the game.
Corey Parker, first time, hasn't been over. We play fantasy league. Always gets overlooked for Origin. His 2 offloads were killed us yesterday. 2 offloads. And this is what we say about Origin. It takes that 1% play. We don't have that 1% play. Let's say last night was Paul Gallen's last game. We wouldn't have sent him off a champion. They found a way to send Petro off a champion. They always find a way.
Yeah,
and Ricky Stewart says it's not about me. Bloody earth, it's about you, Ricky. He's dying to win an Origin series. And the biggest Origin streak in the past was 3 by both sides. They've doubled it and then a little bit of interest. So if we win an Origin series next year, we're going to go, yay, ticker tape parade. Why? We just won 1 out of 7.
That's the thing, though. If it's a great Origin series next year, then why do we have to actually take the shine away from a victory? Because it's our first victory in 8 series.
Absolutely.
I just want to win. I don't care how.
We've got to stop looking at this number, and that's what I'm trying to do with this series. I just think that it was a very close series, regardless of who played or what, because it's our job to turn up on the day. It's New South Wales' job to turn up and play. And if they don't, they get beaten. And we got beaten last night. We got beaten in game 1, but we also beat the Queenslanders in game 2 because they didn't turn up and play. That's football, and that's what we've got to look at. Close series at the end of the day. Let's hope next year...
Close but no cigar, right?
You've got to look at it as well.
1 point.
They're a team of champions, man.
And they are an incredible team.
Fullback to prop, they're a team of champions.
How hard was it for us to pick a New South Wales team? I think we've done a good job in, considering all the,
Yeah, but if you go out there with a plan, and that's a coach's job, and you guys got to stick to the plan, you can win. They can win the series. The halves didn't do anything.
But it takes me back.
What if, right, we had Cronk and Thurston on our side? We would have won by 50.
And that would have been because they were just doing it off their own merit and nothing to do
because they know what to do.
With Ricky Stewart's
they know what to do. If we had Cronk and Thurston, we would have won by 50. You know what? But because we had Pearce and Carney, we lost 2.
Ricky Stewart was a halfback. He played Union for Australia and he played Marine for
no
Australia.
Direction.
We got no direction. How the hell does a halfback have no game plan but mobile back rowers? That's his game plan. I'm going to set mobile back rowers on.
Alright, here's one for you, right? I reckon Pearce and Carney, they didn't recover from the hardcore session they had the night before.
They were on the drink?
I think there was some docking involved. Officially, they are a couple.
Oh, that's a big call.
They are a couple. They were the same.
Is there any fact to back that up?
Eh?
Yeah,
they were holding hands. We were in the same jeans. Same coloured jeans and tats.
How cute. How cute.
They haven't recovered. They had a big session that...
Jonathan Thurston, before he ran away from Mitchell Pearce,
gone.
We had him 4 tackles and we kept him in their quarter. Then Jonathan Thurston goes, you know what? I'm going to show you how it's done. Come here, Mitchell. 4 for that dummy and I'm away. What did Mitchell Pearce do? After they scored the try, kicks out on the full. That's how flustered he was. That's how flustered he was.
Because
he knows he missed that tackle.
It's hard to watch.
That was unbelievable.
What's wrong with Maloney? Why wouldn't you give Maloney a run? Can I tell you something? Do you think Maloney can kick goals better than Todd Carney?
Mate, they all kick the same these days. They're all 80% strike rate.
There you go. So you've got a goal kicker in Maloney and a guy who can take on the line. Not one of our halves took on the line yesterday. Not one of them.
No. He did it in game 2 and he made a line break and he set up a couple...
It's
He's got to
disappointing.
threaten. He's got to put pressure on the defence. You can't just catch and pass and
Graham
tackle them.
Hughes put it perfectly today on the radio when he said, Todd Carney, even in the grand final that he played for the Roosters, has never stood up in a big game. He has never stood up in a big game, and he hasn't. It's one thing to stand up at club footy. You've got holes in club footy. In Origin level, you've got the best player in every position. You've got to be special.
They just didn't fly. They're
No,
not
look,
special.
and
And I
that's the
said,
thing.
if they fly, they win.
At
They
State of
didn't
Origin
fly.
level, you have to fire. You can't afford not to.
You need to be ready.
And you need everyone on the field to do the same. Jared Hayne, once again, missing in action yesterday. I didn't think he had a great game. A couple of great moments, like getting that ball and when he hurt his foot. Jared Hayne.
Oh yeah, he's a couple of good touches.
That was wonderful, but just
He's
in
out for
general,
a couple of weeks. So
How did Jennings go? How did Jennings go?
he had
See
a
what I
couple of good touches.
Touches.
No,
Yeah,
touches.
But
Nothing
once
consistent.
again, he was shut down, and I really think that it's hard to actually fire when you're being shut down like that. And we were punished. How hard were those tackles? Every single one of those first
What
20
happened to
minutes. I thought they were grabbing a leg each and making a wish. They were tearing us to pieces.
What happened to the big target that was on Nate Miles?
Yeah, Paul Gallen said in the
How
pre-match
awesome
thing.
was Nate Miles?
Nate Miles, the only target Nate Miles had was for the man of the match officials to give him the man of the match.
Mate, everybody
He
turns,
was everywhere.
everybody turns around and says,
Watch
Nate
me.
Miles, grub,
I've
he's
got
a
the
filthy
target.
player, he's a niggler.
And he was all that last night.
And you'd still want him, you'd kill for him in a Blues jersey.
100%.
And the Roosters
He's a demon.
let go of him.
He's a dirty
No, the
player
Bulldogs
and
let
a
go. He
grub.
wasn't ours originally.
What a
Still-
demon.
No, well, you know, you can't keep everybody.
Most recent let go.
And he wanted to go home.
So
He went home.
Ricky Stewart, is he gonna survive? Do we still want him? I know Gallen wants him. Gallen's pleading for him to stay.
I hope he stays. That way, it's a slim chance of Parramatta getting him. So hopefully he stays.
No, if he stays, maybe it's a less chance of you getting him. You might only just concentrate on Origin. You don't want him at Parramatta, do you?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hopefully he stays.
Yeah.
Because it's a less chance of us getting him.
Let me tell you something.
Ah.
He made 3 grand finals in
I
a
don't
row
want
with the
him.
Roosters. That Roosters side was going to make 3 grand finals if Mr. Magoo coached us.
My mother coaches.
Okay?
This is Origin footy, mate. You just need to make the right decisions. You got the cattle. You got the players. You just got to put the pieces together.
Maybe one
You
set
do
play that
you
we
do-
played yesterday. One set play.
The set play, I think they were practicing kickoffs out on the floor.
Yeah,
That
there was
worked.
that. And there was a lot of,
That worked.
what are we doing today?
They had 2 points at the beginning. I can't believe it.
2 points.
I was furious.
Came from the coach. Came from the coach.
How
on the
many,
sideline.
how many Bulldogs are in the Origin side? New South Wales.
What was it? One Morris,
Morris.
Josh Morris.
That's it. He was a New South Wales side, right?
Yeah.
Give Des Hasler the gig. Des Hasler would have said to anybody,
Everyone's an expert
nah,
at this time.
we're not
mate.
as an expert at this time. But Des Hasler, at the beginning of the year, did you pick the Bulldogs to be where they are? Be honest.
No.
Has he turned that side around?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else has had a run.
Yeah,
Ricky
they did
Stewart's had 3 or 4 runs now on Origin.
Yeah, but Ricky Stewart. Oh,
Yeah,
not
no,
Ricky
but
Stewart.
when's
Des
enough
Hasler.
enough?
What's he want to do?
When's
Does he
enough
want to do it or
enough?
not? We're
No,
12 months.
We need something. We need something new.
It's
We
a year
need-
later, mate.
Mate,
It's,
listen, if you choose
too
Ben,
far down the track.
if you pick Ben Cray for 3 Origin games, you never deserve to coach again in your life. You should be
never
shut away.
ever. He should be
Honestly.
sacked.
Honestly.
I can't believe
You know,
it.
we scratched our head when he got chosen for the first game. Scratched our head when he made it to the second game. Scratched our head when Merritt was sent home and he was kept. And Bo Scott was brought
I
in.
think
Those
it was-
little
I think it
things,
was a
mate, they
gasp
lost us
from
the game.
everybody. Okay, guys, it's all done and dusted. It's another series over. We're still a bit upset about it, obviously, as you can see.
What about Petra?
Petra said
I
it's
played for Petra.
yeah.
Most capped Origin forward in history.
Most
Well
capped
played.
Origin forward. Not back rower, not hooker.
Well
forward.
played.
Forward, man. Like
As a
far out.
prop. As a prop.
What was his consecutive Origin last night? What was it?
33rd. No, he wasn't. He played.
24th consecutive
That,
Origin?
that was Thurston. 24 consecutive
Thurston,
Origins.
sorry.
Look at it. Look
No,
at it.
Petra, man.
You know, everybody says, oh, they're old. They've been there for 7 straight series. We've got them now. We've got. If we're waiting for them to fall over so we can win, wow, what a team we are.
No, we need to win.
What a team we are. We're waiting for them to fall over so we can get into the looking.
We
Come
need to
on.
win at their best.
Come on.
Next year.
Alright, next topic.
Is that what we've got? That's what we've got left. Hope next
Well,
year.
we've got nothing else now. We've got nothing. We've got
Cross-
nothing but
cross
to
everything.
wait.
Next
Another
year,
12 months.
please.
We've got
I'll just
12
pump it
months.
up. The media will pump it up like I did this year, and it'll be a success.
Oh, one
again.
last thing before we go. Obstruction or no obstruction?
No obstruction.
No obstruction. Yeah. No.
If that was ours,
Storm
and that was taken away from us, we would have screamed blue murder.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. But what I was really upset about was Robbie Farah put his arms up in the air instead of still chasing him down. He gave up the dog, put his arms up in the air, and just said, obstruction, sir.
They all fell for the
Yeah,
run.
yeah.
Scott was it?
Bo Scott was on. Bo Scott was the one who really missed the tackle.
Bo Scott missed the tackle, but Robbie Farah was still in it. But he put his arms up and he gave up the chase.
All he had to do was hit him, hit the decoy, and fall.
I
Yeah,
love
he
Robbie
should have
been a
Farah.
penalty.
Robbie Farah should have run into Ben Hannon and fall over
I love Robbie Farah, but also that was at a very crucial point of the game.
when he knocked
Put
on.
his arms up, started complaining before he played the ball, and what happened? He lost concentration and he knocked on.
But that should have been a penalty, mate. How many times did Thurston push him back down? When's a tackle, and then the referee...
But that's how they play, and they play it well. And he did exactly that to Robbie Farah. He pushed him just to the point where he wanted to complain, puts his arms out, complains, forgets about playing the ball, knocks it on.
Fair enough. He had a cup of coffee on him and he didn't get a penalty. Tony Arch on the 60th minute gives away a penalty.
For nothing.
For what?
What about that punch with Tate?
That was a good punch, eh?
But that was during the fight.
Was that the black eye? Or
No, but it wasn't during the fight. It was a tackle. It hadn't actually erupted into a fight.
The fight was on.
we got punished.
The fight was on. What's his name? Gallen came in and threw the punch at Tate. And somehow they ended up on the floor and Birds come running in. It was during the course of the melee after it started.
We
The
got
melee.
punished. We got punished.
I'm telling you, you've actually
Oh, is that it?
fallen into a false sense of confidence here. They played rubbish and they still won.
No, I'm not falling into a false sense of confidence. What I'm trying to do is just let it go. It's done and dusted. I'm not upset about it anymore. You know, what's happened is
I'm
done.
laughing at it.
And I'm just waiting for next season, and I want to have some positive, confident vibes for next year.
Like you had the year before, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before.
Before they crushed my
Wow.
spirit at
Good
the
on you.
beginning of the season when I
Good
thought
on
that we
you.
don't have a happy
Let's
goal.
talk about Parramatta.
Anyway, that's another episode of Lebs on League, State of Origin 3, 2012. Good luck to the Queenslanders.
Why have you come
What
in?
about Parramatta?
He wants to talk about Parramatta.
I just one thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll turn this into a second episode. Go.
We're guaranteed the wooden spoon because Haynes out for about 2-3 weeks, I reckon. So now we're guaranteed.
They reckon he's only out for this weekend, don't they?
Doesn't matter if he plays or not. We're gone. Hayne, we can't win without Hayne.
Okay, well,
So
this,
we're
let
gone.
this be. This is
That was the
jet
whole
now.
Parramatta episode?
There's nothing much to talk about.
Okay, we can take
Quite
that
a
one,
lot
I
of
guess.
work.
Who else? Who they play?
Who?
On the weekend?
Parramatta?
Yeah.
Have they got a bye?
No, I can't. Mate, it was such a shocking game too.
Oh, last weekend?
Yeah.
I can't
Penrith?
remember. No, we played Penrith.
Oh, you played Penrith.
It was
So
such-
that's you know, when you're having a bad
And
season,
you're welcome.
That's-
You're welcome. We beat Penrith for you. You're still in contention.
you know, considering the
The second
season,
from
the
the
Roosters and Parramatta, we can't even remember who played the week
We are
before.
crap. We are so. That's unbelievable. But
You know, honestly, but having said all that, I reiterate my words from last week. I am mortified, South. 8. I am absolutely mortified. To
Newcastle
my
this weekend,
core.
I think we can do it. Especially if Inglis,
It'll
just
beat
Inglis,
Newcastle.
just Newcastle versus Inglis will do it.
You know what?
In the illustrious words of David Taylor. That's it. Bye. Let's go.
It's
You know, it's very easy to break.